Hey guys, it's week 60. This week I talk a little bit about where I'm at with marketing, and I tell a story from this week of a customer support request that got scary real fast. As of yet, I've not really done any marketing for Dropboard. As soon as it hit the Wix marketplace, it kind of took off on its own right away, and growth has been steady ever since. I've mostly been focused on reacting to customer feedback to improve the product and the offering. Great suggestions have been coming in from customers nonstop, and I've been working them into the platform while at the same time cleaning up the system along the way. When it comes to marketing Dropboards, I really have two areas that I want to focus on right now. One is building out the affiliate partner program. Affiliate partners are people who can drive customer acquisition for you in exchange for a cut of the revenue. Getting this going means booking demos with affiliate platforms to find out which one is going to be best for me and Dropboard, and building a way to track referrals so I can enable payouts to my partners. And the other area I'm interested in is SEO, or search engine optimized content. Mechanically, I know what to do here, but I have a lot to learn in terms of targeting the right keywords and producing the content associated with that that's going to work best for Dropboard. At the moment, I'm only in the research phase with these two efforts while I balance my marketing efforts with polishing the product. I have a fun story to tell this week. This week, a really scary customer support request came in, and it's going to be an illustrative point for something that's going to happen to every startup. You never want to think something terrible is going to happen with your system, but trust me, all you need is for one time things to go bad, and it will totally change your approach to system design. So here's basically the setup. A customer came to me and claimed that data from their account was mistakenly deleted, and they had CSV exports from Dropboard to kind of back up their claim. Cue the pit of stomach feeling. I immediately dropped everything and started digging into the details from the CSV files that they shared with me. So I imported those CSV files into my own spreadsheet so I could cut and dig into that data and compare it to what was in the Dropboard database. I restored snapshots from our database to several moments in time around the timeline the customer was having this issue, and there were some discrepancies that I was having trouble explaining. There did seem to be missing data and no reasonable explanation for why it's gone. And this is every technical founder's nightmare. The idea that something in your product went haywire and got past all the defenses in the system that you built. System integrity is absolutely the most important thing, and if something's going wrong with that, the whole factory shuts down until you figure it out and try to recover from the situation. In moments like this in my startup past, this is the point where my heart is racing. I'm trying to calm my body so that I can focus and not make stupid mistakes and make things worse. That's kind of the worst thing that can happen, is when something's not actually wrong, and then because of the way you're frantically kind of trying to recover from it, you make something wrong. After hours of intense investigation, debugging, restoring multiple database snapshots, I figured it out, and it was not my fault. It's not the fault of the system. Here's what happened. The only time that our system deletes candidates right now is when you delete the job that they're associated with. There is no way to actually delete a candidate individually yet. This was my biggest clue in solving this puzzle. It turns out that there was a bug in the deletion code. When you delete a job, it deletes all the candidates that are associated with that job. And this is after showing a very prominent warning to the customer and also instituting a 3-second delay before they can actually hit the confirm button. That way, there's no question that this was an intentional deletion. The bug in the deletion routine was that after 100 candidates were deleted, it threw an error and aborted the process. This meant while the user actually did confirm deleting a job, the job never actually got finished being deleted. So from an investigation perspective, it was confusing as hell. The job hadn't been deleted, so how did 100 candidates suddenly go missing? So in the end, the system was working totally appropriately, except for this bug on deletion, where it should have deleted all the candidates. And if the user had hit delete again after seeing an error, it actually would have just proceeded normally and everything would have been as they expected. So still a bug to fix, but nothing apocalyptic here. And I promise you, if you're building a SaaS platform, this kind of scenario is going to happen to you sooner or later. It puts you in a situation where you're left picking up the clues and trying to figure out what happened. And if you are at fault, trying to figure out a way to recover from it. So there are some big lessons here. And I'm not sure you can actually learn these lessons until you've had it experienced for yourself, but I'll try to save you that effort and tell you what I've learned. One is simply making sure you're able to restore data from a certain period into the past. This is complicated because backups can get expensive, and also for privacy reasons, you don't want to have customer data sitting around after it's been deleted by the customer for too long. This is further complicated if you have resources outside of your database like attached files, the way Dropboard does with candidate resumes. You need a deletion routine to delete those files because a customer asks for it to be deleted, it needs to be deleted. But instead of deleting it immediately, you may want to put an expiration trigger and have an automatic deletion that happens a little bit later, so you have a little bit of a cushion to figure out when something goes wrong. The next one is having really good logging and reporting. Luckily, I was able to pinpoint the exact moment that this situation happened because I found the deletion error in the logs. And without easy logs to dig through and a good error reporting system, you might never find that, and that's so key to figuring out situations like this. And the last one is leave good breadcrumbs. This is something I'm working on with Dropboard right now, basically creating an activity history for your users so that you have a history of what the user actually did and when. And so if I had had this, I would have seen that they tried to delete a job at a specific time. I would have the action and the timestamp to figure this out from. That would have made uncovering this about 100 times easier. Okay guys, that's it for this week. In addition to my marketing efforts and research, I have a small handful of improvements I'm working on the product that came in from some really good customer suggestions. These are small items, but they're highly impactful improvements. And next week, I hope to tell you guys about those and push them to production. Thanks a lot. I'll see you next week.